Let's play a game today. The backstroke quest. To learn how to swim backstroke, we gotta clear level 1 and level 2 and avoid falling into mistake traps. The only way to get out of the mistake trap is to answer a pop quiz question. Are you ready? This video will be a sequence of drills from the easiest to more advanced and some of the common mistakes that you should be watching out for. Before we get started, I want to give you 2 crucial pieces of information. Think of them as your cheat codes, something that without you won't be able to make it past the first level. So listen carefully. Cheat code number 1, body position, EBT, eyes, belly, toes. To eliminate ridiculous amounts of drag when swimming, our body needs to stay on top of the surface. Eyes looking at the ceiling, belly button high on the surface, and toes reaching the surface. Use the how to float on your back video as a refresher. Cheat code number 2, kick foundation, HKA, hips, knees, ankles. To maintain the good body position from the EBT, our kick needs to be strong. Hips and quads engaged, knees slightly bent, and ankles nice and loose. Weak kick is automatically a game over because if your legs are sinking when you're just kicking, don't even think about adding the arms. Adding the arms and taking them out of the water is just going to make you sink even more, make it impossible to move forward. Is there a way around it if your kick isn't the best but you still want to try backstroke? Yes, put on some fins, but only do it if you are at the verge of giving up. Alright, let's hit the board and start with level 1. You can modify all the drills that we're going to talk about by adding a kickboard. Drill number 1, kick on your back. So starting off with just the legs, just kicking, no adding arms yet. Your arms are just going to be resting by your side. Remember to keep your head back, eyes looking at the ceiling. If this is too hard and you feel a little off balance, grab a kickboard for more stability, hold it above your knees or hug it. By completing this drill, we are moving one spot forward right into drill number 2, where we're gonna start to add arms. Push off the wall and start kicking for 5 seconds. Lift your right arm all the way up to your ear, still kicking, and pull underwater. Kick for 5 seconds again and repeat on the left arm. Lifting arms may mess up your body position, so the 5-second breaks in between give your body time to recover its body position and bring it back to the surface. We're moving 2 spots forward, but it looks like we landed on a mistake trap, so let's see what's going on. A lifeguard spotted you swimming on your back, but your chin was tucked to your chest. That caused your hips and legs to sink and you get slower. Go back 1 spot. So this is telling us how important the head position is. If it's tilted forward or your eyes are looking forward, it automatically makes it so much harder for your legs and hips to stay on the surface, making them sink. Now we have to answer a pop quiz question to move forward, and the question is: where should your eyes be looking when swimming on your back? At your feet, at the bottom of the pool, or at the ceiling? If you answered C, at the ceiling, you are correct. As we just saw, looking forward makes your hips and legs sink, so we have to look straight up at the ceiling or even tilt our head back to shift that center of your mass forward, making it a lot easier for your legs to stay on top of the surface. Drill number 3, left arm, right arm, one at a time. So now that we tried the drill of using your arms with brakes, let's remove the brakes. Straight arm coming out of the water, leading with a thumb. Around halfway, rotate the hand so that the pinky enters the water first. Strong out of water pull and rest that arm by your hip. Then start the other arm. We landed on another mistake trap. As you swim confidently across the pool, a coach stopped and shook his head. Your elbows were bent above the water, making your arms swing wide and messy. Go back 1 spot. This is what you looked like. Everything was going so well until you took your arm out of the water, and instead of having it beautiful and straight, it was bent and looking really ugly. So why should we keep our arms straight in the recovery phase? Is it to have a clean and economical path? Do we need to be ready for the catch? Or does bent arm simply look bad? It's all of the above. After the underwater pull, your arm is already getting straight. So there is no point in bending it in the air, especially since when we're putting our arm in the water by our ear, our arm needs to be straight to get a good catch. Drill number 4, left arm, right arm, but with good timing. Last drill to complete level 1 is all about timing. Start the left arm when the right arm is about halfway, so when it's starting the underwater pull. Continuous work, no breaks. Make sure to actually pull the water with your hand and your forearm. Underwater pool is the only moment in backstroke where it's actually preferred to have a slight bend in your elbow. And quick news, I just launched super cute swim clothing available on Etsy, link down below in the description if you're interested. So with that, we completed level 1. We are off to a great starting point, a point where you can actually go to the pool and swim laps. But we are not slowing down, because in level 2, we are shifting from resting our arms by our hips to resting them by our heads and adding rotation. We're starting off with getting used to a different position, different center of body mass. Let's kick with one arm down, one arm up. When we can use a kickboard if you're feeling unsure. But if you are feeling good, we're gonna move on to the next one and do a streamline kick. So we're gonna kick with holding both of our arms by our heads in a streamline. How to do the streamline? Put one hand on top of the other one and secure with a thumb, and we are squeezing our head between the elbows. Here, it's super important to remember about keeping your head back, because otherwise your body will start sinking. If your head position is good, so you're looking at the ceiling or even a little bit back, you might still get water on your face, but please just stick with it for another 5 seconds before stopping, because 9 times out of 10, the water on your face is just a wave and it comes and goes really fast. In the next drill, we are adding arms, so similar what we did in level 1, but now our arms are in a streamline. Kick for 5 seconds, do a full stroke with your right arm, but since the base position is streamlined now, the arm is starting with the underwater pull first, and then it comes out of the water straight, leading with a thumb. 5-second kick to recover the body position, and repeat with the left arm. We landed on a mistake trap. You did almost 100 strokes in one lap, moving your arms but not moving forward. You overheard something about your arms being too wide. So it seems that in the recovery phase, so moving your arm above the water, you were shortening your strokes, not getting a full range of motion. Where should your arm enter the water before starting the catch and backstroke? Is it A, directly above your head in line with your shoulder, B, across your body towards the center line, or C, wherever it feels natural? Your hand should enter the water in line with your shoulder. In fact, that shoulder should be really, really close to your ear. Moving on to the next drill, we got left arm, right arm, one arm at a time. Removing the 5-second rest, just alternating arms one by one. Left arm full circle, touch, right arm full circle, touch. But here we are trying to introduce proper shoulder rotation. How to rotate your shoulders properly? Before you start with the underwater pool, let's say you are starting with your left arm. What you want to do is rotate your shoulders so that the left shoulder is under the water. Then naturally, the right shoulder will be out of the water. Having the left shoulder submerged makes it a lot easier for you to do the pull correctly and powerfully. And at the same time, having the right shoulder out of the water when your right arm is moving above the water in the recovery phase makes it possible to reach out even further and have a better catch. Mistake trap. You were gliding along when another swimmer zoomed past you effortlessly. When you asked him for a tip, he said your elbows were straight during the underwater pool, not moving any real water. Go back one spot. We already mentioned this, but I wanted to really stick with you. The underwater pool is the only moment in backstroke when it's actually preferred to have your elbows bent. It makes your pull so much easier, more powerful, less strain on your shoulder, and better control. You can actually verify this yourself by holding a mug in front of you for 30 seconds with your arms straight, or when the elbow is a little bent, and then see which one's easier. During the underwater pull and backstroke, where should your hand and your forearm go? Just below the surface, slightly deeper than your body, or as deep as you can. If we pull just below the surface, you won't catch any good water to move forward. If you try as deep as you can, it will get inefficient and will require you to straighten your arm, which now you know better than anybody else in this world, it's not preferred. Slightly deeper than your body is the most economical, and this is what the good shoulder rotation actually allows us to do. And to finish off this journey, let's try full backstroke, which is just like the left arm, right arm drill, but with the right timing. What timing am I talking about? When you take the left arm out of the water, the right arm starts the catch and pull. If you think about it, it makes sense with the shoulder rotation, because when you take your left arm out of the water, your left shoulder is out of the water, meaning the right shoulder is underwater getting ready for the pool. And with that, we came to the end of this game. To send you off with one last good piece of advice, remember that just watching videos is not enough. I would rather you go to the pool, fall into all the mistake traps possible, than sit on your couch and watch 1,000 videos. Thank you so much for playing and hanging out. Please comment down below your progress, and if you liked this game format of a video, we are all here to help and keep you motivated, so I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.